Let's move to a guy who had a big week one, Patrick Mahomes, who made Andy Reid look really smart yesterday, showing off his rocket arm and throwing for 4 touchdowns in a big road win over the Chargers. Meanwhile, last season's breakout quarterback Deshaun Watson struggled through his return from injury yesterday, turning the ball over a couple of times in a loss to the Patriots. Even still, I'm a bit higher on Deshaun Watson than Mahomes. There's a bigger body of work with Deshaun Watson. I do think Mahomes looked awesome. You know, I watched that game. I'm a Chiefs fan. But if I had to bet on who's going to come back, I just think Mahomes is going to throw some interceptions. I think he's a risk taker. The long bet, the long play, I think, is on Deshaun Watson. I think he has a bit of a brighter future.
Well, you got a bigger body of work with Deshaun, obviously, the 8 games now. But you don't have a big body of work from Deshaun Watson. That's why I'm going with Patrick Mahomes. You're talking about one guy who has 8 games and one guy who has 1 game. And in that 1 game, by passer rating, he had a better game than all of Deshaun Watson's 8 games. Think about that. And just 127 passer rating, find a game where Deshaun Watson had that. He didn't last year. So that already is a win in the column for Patrick Mahomes. But I was at the game. Mike, you was at the game.
I was at the game.
And obviously, I'm going to make this quick because Mike Vick, former quarterback, Andy Reid, I'm going to let him talk. But when you play against the Andy Reid system, and as complicated it is on the perimeter especially, and you talk about the weapons he has, and probably the best weapon in football right now, Tyreek Hill, and that arm strength. I measure arm strength not just by distance travel, but by trajectory. And does it get there? And Mike Vick's ball got there. I saw yesterday with my eyes a special talent, a special arm, and a special offense.
Yeah, and that was one of the reasons I wanted to go to the game to see it live. I seen it in practice, but obviously, and yesterday, Tony, we seen it in some practice film that Peter showed us. And you want to see it in the live game. Obviously, I think he picked up where he left off last year. I think the ceiling is really high for this guy, in part because he has Andy Reid, who's really creative, innovative, and he's always going to keep the defense guessing. As long as Patrick can adapt to the system and what they're doing and get better each and every week, it's going to be.
You take Mahomes over Watson.
I take Mahomes over Watson. I mean, I only say that because it just seems like he picked up from where he left off last year. Deshaun, it seems like he took a step back yesterday. And look, I know it's just game 1. It's week 1.
Played against Belichick.
It was against New England, so I have to give him credit for that. But, you know, for the most part, for the things that I've seen Patrick Mahomes do, I don't know if it can be duplicated.
I think that's a huge thing. Bill Belichick is a genius. I've had some of my best games ever as a pro against the New England Patriots, and I've had my worst games as a New England Patriot. 1 catch, 13 yards.
Same here.
One of the worst games I ever played was against Bill Belichick. Yeah. So this guy is good. He's had a whole offseason preparing for Deshaun Watson, and he went in there and gave it to him.
Yeah,
if I look at these guys, though, this is a hard question because I really like both these guys.
Right.
And it's like, you like a Lamborghini or you like a Ferrari? Do you like pizza or do you like lasagna? Which one is your favorite?
I got answers to both.
You can't lose.
Ferrari and
You
pizza.
can't lose.
Well, but the point is, I could close my eyes and pick one of these guys because I think these guys are truly the future of the NFL. They're going to be special players. But Mahomes, if I have to pick one, because that's what we're doing here on the show, I'm going to go with Mahomes just because of the weapons. Andy Reid is a big part of that. Yeah. He is a genius. He's going to put him in great positions to be successful, and he's got the weapons. He's got the best receiving tight end in the league, and Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Sammy White. I mean, the backfield, he's going to have a lot of success. They're going to lead the league in scoring this year.
Houston has DeAndre Hopkins. Bill O'Brien is supposed to be a quarterback guru.
Yeah. Right.
He's got some pieces in place. This is an interesting thing for me. It came up because the Chiefs 2 years ago went up in the draft to get Patrick Mahomes, and Deshaun Watson was still there. He got taken 2 picks later. As a Chiefs fan, people were sitting around like, man, we should have taken Deshaun. And then I think people are being a little bit a prisoner of the moment. Bosa didn't play. San Diego didn't heat them up the way he's going to get heated up, I think, in some games. And he's a risk taker. He's got that Brett Favre type deal that's going to lead to, I think, a lot of interceptions. But I don't know if you could have got off to a better start than that.
Here's the one thing. When Andy Reid walks in a room and tells you you're good, it makes you feel great. You know you're in a great position. When Bill O'Brien walks in the room, you say, oh, okay, you work with Tom Brady, so I believe in what you're saying. Right. But it's not the same impact. And Look, let me hit you with a Wileyism.
Yep.
Teddy Roosevelt said, comparison is the thief of joy. You know why? Because right now, I want to enjoy both of these quarterbacks, but at the same time, to not rip my suit being on the fence, I'm going to say Patrick Mahomes. What I saw from him, few guys already have that type of moxie and that skill set in their second year.
And I think in year 2, just the comfort level is supposed to go up, and Deshaun should have showed that yesterday.
All right, to yesterday's biggest surprise, Ryan Fitzpatrick, who rolled